Early morning at Srinagar Airport, the terminal buzzed with the usual activity. Passengers clutched their tickets, standing in line, anticipation written across their faces. Some were excited, heading to Delhi to meet loved ones. Others were on business trips focused on their plans. A few were flying for the first time, hearts fluttering with excitement. Mothers held their children close, managing bags and belongings with careful hands. A group of soldiers prepared for a long-awaited leave, smiles hiding their fatigue. Everyone carried a story, a purpose, a dream, but no one knew that this day would be etched in history. A day that would echo for years to come. Flight 405 boarded like any other morning flight. Passengers settled into their seats, the hum of conversation filling the cabin. Children pressed their faces against windows, marveling at the clouds. Some read newspapers, lost in their own world. Others clasped seatbelts quietly, whispering prayers. Friends laughed together, eager to make memories. Flight attendants greeted everyone warmly, smiles masking the routine. The pilot announced, "We're heading to Delhi," prompting a chorus of applause. The plane taxied and lifted gently into the sky. Once cruising, passengers sighed in relief, enjoying the calm above the clouds. Children drifted off to sleep in their mother's arms. Some captured photos, eager to preserve the moment. A young man pulled out his journal and began to write. Time seemed ordinary, until everything changed. From the back of the plane, 4 young men suddenly stood up. One brandished a pistol, another held a curved knife. A third waved what appeared to be a toy gun, frighteningly realistic. The fourth held a small package, shouting, "This is a bomb!" For a brief moment, silence gripped the cabin, then screams erupted. Mothers clutched their children tightly, tears streaming down their faces. Passengers shook with fear, panic spreading like wildfire. The hijackers advanced toward the cockpit. A flight attendant tried to intervene but was pushed aside. A shot rang out, wounding the flight engineer. Fear shadowed every corner of the plane. The pilot received the chilling command, "This plane is not going to Delhi." Passengers exchanged terrified glances, unsure of their fate. The hijackers announced the plane would be diverted to Lahore. Questions and prayers filled the cabin. Children asked repeatedly, "Mom, what's happening?" Mothers had no answers, only silent tears. The plane veered westward toward a tense unknown. News reached Lahore Airport immediately. Authorities scrambled, military vehicles lined the runway. Messages flew, "This plane cannot land here." Fuel was running low. Panic intensifying among passengers. The hijackers threatened, "If our demands aren't met, there will be blood." The stakes were terrifyingly high. Negotiations began. The hijackers demanded compensation for damage to the Golden Temple. They demanded the release of imprisoned brothers. They wanted the world to see their power. Pakistani officials refused, insisting on passenger safety. Tensions fluctuated between extreme fear and brief calm. Miraculously, the hijackers offered water to children. They reassured women, "We will not harm the innocent." The bomb turned out to be nothing more than a wrapped roll of toilet paper. Relief swept through the passengers, though fear lingered. Hours passed. Hunger and thirst gnawed at those on board. Fuel was replenished, but the path forward remained uncertain. As dawn approached, passengers' conditions worsened. A sick child burned with fever. An elderly woman begged for water repeatedly. Even the hijackers showed compassion, declaring they would not harm the innocent. Finally, passengers were released one by one. Some kissed the ground in relief, others cried silently. Surprisingly, several approached the hijackers, offering gestures of humanity, handshakes, hugs, even autographs. It became clear that they were not monsters, but troubled young men. Commandos stood ready, but no shots were fired. The miracle, everyone survived. Flight 405 returned to Delhi, greeted as heroes. Headlines screamed, "Return from the shadows of death." Children retold the story. Women wept at the memory. The hijackers remained in Pakistan. Authorities demanded extradition, but no agreement existed. The world debated the motives, professional operation or emotional youth. Passengers' kindness left a mark on history. Fear, humanity, hope all intertwined, and the lessons remained timeless. Even in darkness, hope can shine. People shared their experiences. A woman said, "I held my child and thought this was the end." A young man said, "I realized the meaning of life that night." An elder said, "I saw that even enemies are human." The story deepened with every recollection. It was not just hijacking. It was a testament to humanity, fear, and compassion. The world saw how lives tremble in the shadow of death, and yet hope survives. Innocent lives faced terror, yet survival and empathy prevailed. The real lesson: even those who seem like enemies may reveal a soft heart. Time passed, but Flight 405 remained in books and memory. Whenever the day is recalled, chills run down the spine. Some call it a dark day, others call it a miracle, because everyone survived. Some returned safely home, others learned the value of life anew. History remembers Flight 405 not just for terror, but for humanity and mercy. The hijackers' actions were wrong, yet they were young, filled with pain and anger, seeking to be heard, but choosing the wrong path. They became captives of history, passengers the witnesses. Everyone carried their memories, fear, lessons, gratitude. Some relived the night in dreams, the cockpit takeover, the screams, the terror, the miraculous release. Many attribute survival to fate, prayers, or luck. Every survivor carries the same phrase. It was God's mercy. It was a miracle. It was fate. These words echo as if the story never truly ended. Even today, mentioning Flight 405 evokes a strange mix of fear and relief, a scar etched in memory. This story is not only of India or Pakistan. It is a story of humanity, hope, fear, and the moment when everything seemed lost, but somehow everyone survived.